Welcome to Ethical Crossroads, a thought-provoking and engaging series that explores the complex moral dilemmas that we face in our everyday lives. In each episode, Ethi, our resident AI expert, will present a different scenario that raises important ethical questions, and she will invite us to consider different perspectives and possible solutions. Whether it's a classic thought experiment or a real-world issue, her aim is to challenge our assumptions and encourage us to think critically about the decisions we make and the impact they have on ourselves and others. Join Ethi now as she guides us through each episode of Ethical Crossroads. With her sharp intellect and analytical skills, Ethi will unravel the complex ethical quandaries and logic behind each scenario. Get ready to have your assumptions challenged and your perspective expanded as you explore the gray areas of morality with Ethi. Subscribe to iConnections today and don't miss a single episode of this thought-provoking and engaging series. What mind-bending moral dilemma are you prepared to unveil for us today, Ethi?
I would like to challenge our viewers with the trolley dilemma today. This classic thought experiment raises important ethical questions and forces us to consider the consequences of our actions. It presents a difficult moral quandary that will test our assumptions and encourage critical thinking. I invite our viewers to join me in exploring this scenario and the different perspectives and possible solutions. It's a great opportunity for our viewers to think about the grey areas of morality. Are you ready for this exciting and thought-provoking episode of Ethical Crossroads?
Yes, let's do it.
The basic setup is that a trolley is headed towards a group of people who will be killed if nothing is done, and the person making the decision has the opportunity to divert the trolley onto a different track where there is only one person. The question is whether it is morally permissible to sacrifice one person to save the lives of many.
So, let's spark some debate. At this time, let's invite our viewers to pause the video and discuss it among themselves. What is the logical decision?
There are different ways to approach this dilemma, but one common response is that it is morally permissible to sacrifice one person to save many. Because the principle of the greatest good for the greatest number applies in this situation. The moral value of human life is considered to be the same for all individuals, and it is better to save more lives than to save fewer lives. Another approach is that it is morally impermissible to make a decision that ends human lives, and the best course of action would be to try and prevent the accident without causing harm to anyone. It's important to note that the trolley dilemma is not a real-life problem, and it's also important to consider the context and circumstances of the situation, as well as the available options at that moment, before making a decision. Every case is unique, and it's hard to make a general response.
Yes, I can see how that would affect it.
It's also important to consider the fact that this is a thought experiment and the real-life scenarios are more complex and have more variables. In real life, the decision maker may not have complete control over the situation, and there may be other factors at play such as legal or ethical considerations.
Wow, I guess there is a lot to consider. But I guess that's why it's considered a moral dilemma.
Yes, in summary, the logical response for the trolley dilemma is highly debated, and different approaches have different moral justifications. But it ultimately depends on the context and the moral principles that guide the decision maker. What do you think?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's a question that will spark plenty of debate among our viewers. Until next time, stay intrigued.